Good afternoon. And how is my lovely people today? I feel good today because we had lots of sunshine today. A little chilly, but the sun was out bright. It has gotten a bit cooler today. Today, I would like to speak on trusting your instinct. Someone got in touch with me and they wanted me to give my own perspective on trusting, having the courage to trust your own instinct. I have had many instances where my instinct said to me, don't do this, don't do that, don't go down there. And I disregard all of that. And I have suffered over the years for not trusting in my instinct. And I'm sure many of you have been through this. We all have it, whether we believers or not. We have this gut feeling of when something is not right, when something is not wrong. I mean, when we know we're doing wrong. And us believers, we know it as the Holy Spirit speaking to us. And I want to share with you incidents where I didn't trust my instinct. Now, when you have that gut feeling something is not right and you shouldn't do it, now you should ask yourself, if my instinct is saying to me, don't do this, you should ask yourself, if I don't do the right thing or don't do what my instinct is telling me, ask yourself, what is the danger of not following through? What is the pitfall of not doing what you're supposed to do? And if there's danger in you not following, then you should trust your instinct. If there are pitfalls in you making a decision, it could be about a job, it could be about, anything. If you don't follow your instinct, what's the worst scenario that can happen? If you don't, that's the question we should ask ourselves when we have the guts feeling inside of us. Don't do this or do this. Think, if I don't follow through, what could happen? What is the pitfall, as I said before? And I had a gut feeling, I had an instinct, I had the Holy Spirit saying to me, don't go in that car. What happened with me is that it was a carnival time. I went out with friends and my partner at the time, and he was a drinker. I didn't like it. But that particular night we went out, he was drinking quite a bit. And what I was doing, I'm not a drinker. In those days a little, but I'm not any big time drinker. And every time in the dance we was at, carnival, fete they call it, he kept seeing a lot of his friends and he kept giving them lots of, kept getting lots of drinks. And what I was doing is that I was taking the drink from him and sipping it to see what is it. And I'd done that quite a bit throughout the night. And I was getting upset as well that he shouldn't be drinking that much. But what I didn't realize, with me keep just a little sip to taste what's in it, I was getting a bit tipsy, lightheaded. But let me share this with you. My partner at the time, he would say to me, when he's drinking, when he goes out and he's drinking, he would say to me, you need me to watch him how he's driving. And if he's driving any sort of dangerous way or whatever, he expect me to tell him, okay, slow down, or whatever. These are the things that we do when we're younger, these crazy, silly things. So he's a drinker, he's a driver, and he's asking me to, be alert and tell me when I'm not driving straight or whatever. When I think back at this, it's crazy. It's really crazy, the things we do. So this is what I had to do when we go out. But for some reason that night, he was, it's like something, he was going crazy with the drinking. And something in my instinct, my gut's feeling, the Holy Spirit was saying to me, I had this feeling something bad is going to happen. Something is going to happen. It was a needly feeling throughout the night. Go into the car. That feeling is bugging me. And it's like something was saying, you shouldn't go in that car. You shouldn't be going. He's quite intoxicated, trust me. But I said to myself, I always stay up and watch him driving, And when we got in the car, something strong in my head, Holy Spirit, put on your seatbelt. In those days, we didn't think highly of seatbelt. It wasn't so important in those days. So I didn't put on my seatbelt. Even though I know he was quite intoxicated, putting on my seatbelt, didn't think of it. Crazy. And, in my head, something telling me, put on your seatbelt. Look how far I went with hearing a voice saying to me, put on your seatbelt. I looked at the side where the seatbelt was. I looked at the other side of me where I was supposed to clip it in. I didn't do it. Do you know what happened to me? Because of all the drink I was sipping, I fell asleep. Yes, I fell asleep with all that was going on. And I woke up, eventually I woke up. And when I woke up, it's hard to go back to that time. When I woke up and I saw what was in front of me, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because I had a strong premonition. Something is going to happen. And when I woke up, I saw a car in the middle of the road. What happened? We were coming over a slight hill. And someone, some crazy idea, they were doing a U-turn in the middle of the road. And we came over this slight hump in the road, slight hill. And it's because of the speed my partner at the time was coming down. We couldn't avoid the accident. We could have avoided it if he was driving slowly, but he wasn't. He was driving fast. When I got up is when we were coming down that hill. And I saw the car in the middle of the road, and the speed we were going, we were coming straight up into that car. And what did I do? I raised up from the front of the car. My eyes and my mouth open, shocked. And I raised forward in my seat, and I'm saying in my head, oh my God. What I was being told and the premonition, instinct, everything I got, it is going to be real. It's going to be happening. We went smash into that car with me coming forward in my seat with mouth gaping open, and that's how I was when we smashed into that car. You could imagine the horror. The window smashed. I went into that front screen, and there was blood everywhere. There was splinters in my face everywhere. Just imagine that. Because I didn't follow my instinct. I didn't follow what the Holy Spirit was saying to me. I didn't do anything of that. And I had a strong premonition even before I got into the car that something was going to happen. And that's because I didn't put on my seatbelt. I did not put on my seatbelt. And you could imagine, I remember while sitting at the side of the road with blood everywhere, when I put my hand here, where all the blood was coming, I felt bone. I got smashed here with the glass. I got smashed across all my eyelid here. It's cut all here. All these marks here is splinters, the glass. It was awful. It was awful. So there are times we will go through life and we will hear the Holy Spirit saying to us, don't do this. And when we disobey, we have to face the consequences. We have to face the consequences. Because I'm telling you, trust me, the worst noise you can ever hear in your life is two metal coming together. In an accident, I've been in it. To hear those metal, that bang, is the worst sound you can ever hear. Anytime I hear of an accident on the motorway, wherever, I feel it. I feel it, for that person, that family, because I could have lost my life very easily. I could have lost one eye. I'm telling you, I've got a scar on my eyelid. I could have lost my eye. But thank God to the Most High God, I'm here today. And this is what He wants me to do, to speak to you. With all that I've been through, this is my purpose. I came out of it, and now I can share with you. So those of you who not sure of or have the courage in following your instinct when you have decision to make, when you go in somewhere, it doesn't feel right. Follow your instinct. Follow that gut feeling, because it can save you from a lot of pain, hurt, disappointment, everything. If you're going down a road, something say to you, don't go there. Don't do it. As I said before, think about if you don't follow your gut's feeling and you go down that road, think before what's the bad thing that can happen to you? What's the danger of if you don't follow? What's the danger of going down there? Question. If I don't go there, if I go down there, what could happen to me? Think of the worst scenario and don't do it. You have a decision to make about a job or anything like that. Do you feel light and happy with your decision? What you're making? Do you feel it in here that it's right? Do you have that light feeling of the decision you made? You feel good within yourself? Then do it. I feel great with what I'm doing here, speaking to you. after I come off the phone, there's such a light feeling. It's such a joy that I feel because you're doing the right thing. You know you're doing the right thing. But the thing I mentioned before about the thing that we do, young people, the silly thing that we do, could you imagine that I know this person drinks a lot. I know he shouldn't be driving. And yet I'm still condoning and going along with, I will stay awake and watch to see if he's driving good or not. So you out there, check yourself. Tap into your inner being. Tap, 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 tap. I've lived too long in not following my instinct, and I went through so much pain. So much pain. So this is why I want to come to you now, to let you know to trust your instinct. Honestly, I don't do anything like I used to do before. I'm always trusting my instinct now. Even sometimes I meet guys and my spirit don't feel right. It don't feel right. When it don't feel right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No. In here, it don't feel right, so I'm not doing it. I lived too long and been through too much pain to not live and follow my instinct. And this is what I'm saying to you today. I don't move, I don't do anything. I follow what my Holy Spirit is telling me. The Holy Spirit is never, never, you heard me? Never wrong. Never wrong. But there are times some people wonder, is it the devil telling me this or not? Is it right? Is it not? It will feel right in here. Once it feels right in here, and you feel at peace, then you know it is right. So some of you out there, I know things that happened to you, you would share the same experience like myself, because you were, disobedient, not following your instinct, not following your gut's feeling. But it's time to do that now. It's time to do that. We have a Holy Spirit that will guide us. And sometimes, keep us away from all the pain that we go through. It's just that sometimes we don't listen, we don't follow through. We think we know it. And sometimes, at one stage with me, no, I was enjoying certain things. No, I don't want to give up. But in doing that, being disobedient and everything else and not following and doing the right thing, I got burned. I got burned so many times that I can talk to you now and try to help you. Yeah? So let's go over that. Trust your instinct. Have the courage to trust your instinct. Question. If you don't follow your instinct and you go your way, is it the better way? Is it the better way? And if I go my way, what's the worst scenario can happen? That's all you have to do. Question your instinct. And feel at peace anytime, your instinct tell you to do something or don't go somewhere or whatever. You would know if it's right or not. You would know. Some of us, by not following through with our instinct, we always get the worst. We are always the worst off. When we disobey, 9 times out of 10, you come out the worst. Why? Because we know better. So I hope I've clarified. Trust in your instinct. The Holy Spirit never wrong. Okay? Thank you. As I always say, like, comment, and share. Have a blessed weekend, and take care. God bless.